Playboi Carti has done something no rapper of this era can do, and that's create a rap group. Opium, and No Not the Drug, is the name of the label that is co-founded by Playboi Carti and his business partner, Opium Baby. And one thing that makes Playboi Carti's Opium label special is that Playboi Carti actually knows what's gonna be popular in a few years. He keeps his ears to the streets. And the artists signed to Opium label are Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Homicide Gang, and the people around Opium that give it that creative atmosphere that we all love are Burberry Airy, Mitch Modes, Joy Division. Even Opium Baby himself is a person who creates the world of Opium. Don't sleep on them. They are the biggest rap group, even if they probably won't admit it. They probably would say that they are a rap collective, or they are just like-minded individuals who have similar visuals and ideas that they want to create, or simply they just fuck with each other heavy. Which I ain't mad at, but let's be real. They move like a rap group. How so? Well, leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. So if you guys want more lush electric exports, you already know what to do. But to explain how they move like a rap group, let me get right to it. First, let's start with their presentation. They all wear the same brands. Givenchy, Balenciaga, Raf Simons, Rick Owens, HBA. They're basically the children of the ASAP mob, if that kind of sums it up. But it's not just the all-black aesthetic, the mysterious clothes, the baggy fits, the devil horn designer hats. It's also the styling. And probably my favorite aspect about Opium is how their style and aesthetic actually has a theme. A lot of people nowadays, they just wear a lot of random stuff. It's different to tomorrow, and who knows what the next thing is. Opium likes to call their aesthetic or their inspired aesthetic as Eastern European. Some people say it's gothic. Some people say it's punk. Regardless, it's something new to hip-hop, and I finally am praising for joy because hip-hop needed something new. I was tired of all the turnaround MLB hats. I was tired of the gangster hood aesthetic that's been rampant since the 90s. I wanted something that was in hip-hop that was never in hip-hop, not some resurgence trend, if that makes sense. And one thing that Opium likes to do that is pretty controversial is the position of their upside down crosses. If you're an Opium member, you have to have an upside down cross. Now, some people think this is controversial marketing where they do something that a lot of people are gonna have an uproar about, which, you know, satanic worshiping is pretty relevant.
I don't know if y'all hear that mess behind me that I'm leaving. Something is not right with that. Jesus, in Jesus' name. I'm walking up and down through this Rolling Loud concert, crying, clutching my pearls because that sounds like some mess.
If you know, Opium Baby did this interview where he talks about the inspiration of upside down crosses, and it's even in the Bible itself, and it doesn't have a devil kind of origin.
Saint Peter was one of Jesus' 12 apostles. He got crucified upside down because he felt like he didn't deserve to be martyred the same way as Jesus did. So, and it's a lot of other stories about, I'm not religious or anything, but like, it's a lot of good stories in the Bible, you know, like.
If that doesn't say if you know type of vibes, which I feel like the Opium kind of live by, like they don't let you know anything about them. If you know is basically what their motto is. But that's such a cool influence that you have to dig through the Bible to even know that kind of stuff. So that shows something about Opium. What it shows is that they're not afraid to hold their influences on their sleeves, no matter how problematic it is. Now let's talk about the most important aspect of a rap group, and that's the music.
I am the music!
The next way they move as a rap group is that they all work together, whether it's produce for each other, being on each other's tracks, or even just simply being in the background of their music videos. Take a Ken Carson album, Destroy Lonely album, Carti album, and Homicide Gang album, and you would think they all are just one person because of all their music. Well, the producers have a lot to say to that. The producers are fire. Like, just go check them out. They make amazing music. I'm not gonna sit here and either cap. I feel like it's rare to ever see one of the Opium members by themselves. They move as a collective, as a rap group. If you guys don't understand this, look at rap groups from the past like Wu-Tang or NWA or ASAP Mob. Did you ever see them by themselves? Well, maybe the ASAP Mob, Rocky definitely, took his lane and ran with it. But for the rest of them, they all stick together. Wu-Tang is called Wu-Tang Clan. NWA, well, the name speaks for itself. Niggas with attitudes. ASAP Mob, it's a collective, a rap group. That's what Opium stands for. They move as one. But Opium carries itself a little bit different. They are all reserved, they're mysterious. They force you to feed for more information about them and what's to come. And in today's day and age, that's refreshing because in 24/7 social media, when we have access to all of our favorite artists, it's nice to know that my attention span is being challenged to actually see if I'm gonna pay attention to these niggas. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Carti is low-key pushing it. It's been 4 years since he's dropped a whole album. He's dropped good songs between then, but Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson have been the only ones keeping my interest in Opium since Carti is just doing whatever he wants. Welcome to the interview, Levi. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
My first question is, what do you think goes unnoticed about Opium?
What do I think goes unnoticed about Opium? I would say it has to be the themes in their music. I know a lot of people are going to say, what themes? All they talk about is drugs, love, money, the fast rapper, rock star lifestyle, and mental health issues that they go through. It's typical music themes, right? Well, I wouldn't lie to you. Yeah, there are a lot of surface level things that are heavily expressed in a lot of genres in music, especially in hip hop. But the way they go about it with this evil, eerie aesthetic on surface level, but deeper, is really this deep passion and this deep love for something or somebody or just the environment or whatever the case is, and it not being reciprocated. They all have this frustration and rage within them that is just bottling up within inside them. And the music of this rage, mosh pit aesthetic kind of brings it out. And I think the audience can see that. Hence why at all their concerts, it's just a freaking bloodbath in terms of you're gonna get punched, you're gonna get stomped on, but you're gonna feel like you're a part of something. It's a community of people who are all going through a lonely, just frustrating life, I guess you could say.
Care to elaborate?
I feel like that was pretty specific. You must be really slow, but okay. If I had to elaborate, I'm gonna use a reference. Have you ever watched the anime Naruto? No? Okay, well, in Naruto, there's a clan called the Uchiha. It's a group of ninja who all share, a family bloodline, and they have a special genetic hereditary power called the Sharingan. It's the eyes, and you've probably seen it on cheesy anime hoodies and people trying to get contacts and stuff like that. But regardless, these eyes are a symbolism of their hearts and their love they feel for somebody. And the way they get this power up to go even stronger and stronger is by unfortunately dealing with heartbreak and turmoil and death and just something just gut-wrenching. Hence why I'm equivalent this Uchiha clan to Opium, because Opium is realistically just coping with all these substances and women and fast-paced lifestyle. They're using this to cope with the real problems in their life being the mental health issues or just things that are just frustrating, whether it's their upbringing, where they came from, or just the modern things they're dealing with, become successful and being well known and all over the internet. It's crazy, right? So the Uchiha is really Opium.
Who do you think would be Playboi Carti from that clan?
You want me to put a name to each character? Okay, Sasuke is definitely Playboi Carti. Ken Carson, oh no, actually, okay. Playboi Carti's Madara. Ken Carson is Sasuke, I guess. Destroy Lonely's Itachi, and Homicide Gang is Obito and Toby. Like, they're 1.5, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's a crazy question to ask me about them. But yeah, Opium is definitely, you know, they're deep. They're deeper than most people give them credit for. It's not just all black and just drugs.
That's a pretty interesting take. I don't think a lot of people would make that correlation. What do you think the future looks like for Opium?
What do I think Opium's gonna do in the future? I think this is gonna go on for a little bit longer. I think they're gonna do a group project eventually. If not, they're just always gonna be on each other's tracks and albums and stuff like that. But in terms of the long run, like 5-10+ years, because unfortunately rap groups never last. If they do, they become this corporate conglomerate which is meant to sell out at like Zoomies and these mall shops that nobody really cares about the teas anymore, which I don't think it can really work with Opium because they're you know, they're not really like mall prices. You know, all their stuff is like super designer leather. Like, you can't afford this stuff. But I don't think it's gonna last. Damn police. But yeah, Ken Carson is probably gonna try out different genres of music. Destroy Lonely is gonna have trouble with women, unfortunately. If he doesn't get his act together with the people he's dealing with in his real life, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna bite back at him. So I'm not gonna give the nigga advice or anything, but you know, just we've seen this story play out many times before, so just watch out. And Playboi Carti, he doesn't need any advice. He's killing it. His music is dropping, and I feel like it's gonna drop 2025. Some people can call me stupid for thinking that, but I think so. And Homicide Gang, I don't know. Maybe they'll go to start selling opium, like the actual. Never mind, I'm joking, but nah, I fuck with them. They're all pretty cool. They all bring something new to the table. I don't think anybody's gonna be signed to Opium, so I think this is the core. I think this is what it is, and we'll see where it goes from here. But this is why I think Opium is a rap group. You guys let me know what you guys thought. Do you guys think that nah, these are just collectives and separate people all coming together who they just all fuck with each other? Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. I'm trying to innovate the music community to make something really, you know, meaningful and just time and effort. I don't want this sit in your room type of aesthetic. Like, everybody's tired of that. Like, we've seen it, we've done it, get it over with. All right, so leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more Lush Electric Exports. And as always, thank you for watching.